Man, we got a heck of a transformation here. Hair is long. What are you getting done, bro?
Curly top.
So curly top. You want it faded on the sides?
I'm not.
You got a picture? Yeah, show me a picture. Nice sneakers, by the way. Let's see. Oh yeah, we're cutting it down. So the back here is tapered. Do you want to taper the sides too, or do you want to square off the sideburns like that?
We can taper.
Taper it? All right. I think that's gonna look good, man. Let's do it. All right, guys. There's the before. YouTube, it's been a while since I dropped a tutorial, but here we go. We got this one. I recorded this probably like 3 or 4 months ago. But this is a big chop, man. We're taking it all off not all off the top, but we're going with curly hair. You guys seen the pictures that he showed me. And so we're gonna pretty much give him the same haircut. But guys, just because somebody shows you a picture doesn't mean that it's gonna look out exactly the same. People have different head shapes, different hair textures, different hair growth patterns, and so we are gonna give him the same haircut, and I think it's gonna be as close as I could possibly make it. But some of you guys always comment that's not the same haircut, doesn't look the same. You know, you could use literally the same exact steps for 100 different heads and it'll come out looking 100 different ways, but it's the same haircut. Just a heads up for all my people that don't know that yet. All right, so we have separated the fringe area. We already chopped off a lot of that length, and the reason why we did that in the beginning was so that it'd be easier to control when we're creating the shape and the length on top. So I literally just kind of section everything away in the fringe area, which is this area I'm combing right now, so that I can just connect everything that's going to fall over to the sides. Now we're going to determine the length that we want here in the front, and what I did here is I turned him towards the mirror. We looked at the length that was there, and he said he wanted it above the eyebrows. The thing with curly hair though is you can't just pull it down and cut it above the eyebrows, because once it dries it will coil up and it'll look like it's halfway down his forehead. So you got to pull it down with loose tension, then cut it so that when it dries it's above the eyebrows, but not like, you know, at his hairline once it coils up. So here I'm kind of so we're debulking. I think that's a number 3. I'm sorry the color code is not updated. I had some guards break, and so I haven't been using the exact color, so that's my fault. Gotta fix that ASAP. That, and there's been so many new guards that have come out that I've been testing, like the Babyliss premium ones, the double magnet gamma ones. So we tried to debulk it. The number 3 wasn't connecting because his hair was disconnected. Remember, when I pulled all his hair up to do that big chop, it was disconnected. It was already cut down on the sides. So by doing block graduation, it didn't necessarily connect it, which is fine. We're doing clipper over comb to make sure that it transitions nicely into the top, and I think it's doing the job. Considering that it was completely disconnected before we did this, I mean, that's such a drastic change in length. This is coming out pretty damn good. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and start to cut the length on top, and all I'm doing is I'm pulling everything straight up, and I'm using the length that falls over to the sides and connects as my guide to cut it straight across, squared, flat, a flat line, and that's how I've created my length. All right, so this is the number 4 guard, and we're just using this number 4 guard to make sure everything is even in this area, and it also allows me to understand that at this point we're just kind of fading into a number 4. So when we do this taper, we know that we're going to do this taper into a number 4, but I am keeping this taper low because if you saw in the picture that he showed me, the sides weren't tapered. So we're doing a low taper because I think it's going to look better with his haircut. But not just that, it's not as drastic, it's not as aggressive of a gradients, right? And it doesn't look like he's looking for that aggressive gradient faded look, because all the pictures he showed me were more of a softer look. You see what I'm saying? The back, I could get a little bit more aggressive, and I'm gonna have to, because look at the back of his head. Like, there's 15,000 different directions the hair is growing, and so the shorter we can get it, a little bit higher on the taper, the easier it's going to be to create that that tapered look. It's not going to be perfect because of the canvas that we have to work with, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Don't let anybody tell you, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of know-it-alls out there, and I've seen the best of the best of the best barbers in the world in person. I'm friends with a lot of them, and I'm telling you that they don't get the best taper on everyone. A canvas like this is not something you would pick for a taper barber battle. You'd lose because you don't have you're already set up to be challenged. You know what I'm saying? So you're looking for the best personal canvas, and the best canvases that you could use are ones that have one growth pattern in the neck area, on the sides, that have consistent density all the way through. But the best barbers also can finesse and get any canvas to look as best as it possibly can. So I'm gonna do the best that I can to get this taper back here as good as possible, and that really just comes with patience, paying attention to different color tones, right? So like if in the middle it's a little bit lighter, we got to get surrounding areas to match it. Sometimes that requires you to go lower with guards. So I believe this is a number 2 and it's closed. Yep. And then this is a number 3. It's closed right now if you're paying attention to that bronze looking lever. Now I'm back to, no, this is the 1.5 guard, and that 1.5 guard was open. We hop back to this number 2, and I'm hopping back and forth to different guards mostly because I'm just trying to make sure it's got a nice, even, consistent cut. And so once we've done that, we debulked it, we put in our bald line with the trimmer, and then we went with the blade all the way open and then closed it little by little until it's blended, that bottom line. Now there is a line right there, and that's cool. We're just gonna take that out with that half guard, followed up with the number 1 guard, because the lowest guard we left off with was a 1.5. So that 1.5 down to that 1 guard should blend right in. So this is the 1.5 guard. Looks like it's closed right now, and then the 1 guard, which I have right now, open, and then close it little by little until it's nicely blended. You take your time, man. So now we're gonna line him up, and all I'm gonna line up is the C cup around the ear and the neck area. Again, he all the pictures that he showed me have more of a softer look, but we're adding some sauce to this cut, man, because this is our art, right? So I'm gonna put I feel like a nice balance of a soft look with some flavor to it. Shout out to my cousin Tito for the beats. If you need beats, there's a link in the description. You can get I think 10 beats every single month for like a really low subscription price, man. It's like $5 or $6 or $8 or something like that, worth every penny. And look how sharp this line is coming out. It's making the cut, I feel like, much nicer. And I think it's a little bit of an underrated cut, man, because it was so disconnected. I remember when I first started cutting hair, man, I did not know where to even start with a cut like this. How the hell am I going to connect something that's so drastically disconnected in the beginning? This is an underrated cut, man, and I'm proud of being able to do this cut, man. It took a long time of studying and practicing and studying others and being inspired by others to get to this point where now I feel like this is an easy cut. But I'm telling you right now, when I first started off, boy, I was hiding from this cut. Now I wasn't hiding, but a lot of barbers were, bro. A lot of barbers were. I tried to finesse it as much as I could. So once the lineup is in, we're just gonna go back and detail as much as we can. try to get it nice and even and consistent. Look for little imperfections by using different lighting, different angles, using your mirror. If you're like, I don't get to use my mirror, but I do try to use my camera. I look at the camera to see if there's anything wrong. I think overall it's looking really close to the photo, but with little details that he preferred a little differently, right? Like the length of the curls, the light taper on the sides. So now I'm putting some conditioner in there, some leave-in. Just making sure I'm distributing it nicely without like causing too much frizz. I'm just combing it, making sure there's no lines in there and stuff, and there was. So what I did was I just followed it up with blending shears. And the reason why these blending shears have two different tangs on both sides is because they're reversible. So guys, this is the before. I know he shouldn't have cut his hair. His hair was beautiful. I'm waiting for those comments, but guys, this is what he wanted. I think it looks great. He looks more mature. About to pull up to school. All the girls gonna be writing him notes. You already know how it is, man. But I think it looks great on him, guys. I hope you learned something. Hope you enjoyed the video. And if you're new to my channel, please do subscribe, man. Subscribe, hit the like button, all that good stuff. Help your boy out with the algorithm. I'll see you guys in the next video.